Greetings, Internet viewers. It's your old pal Oxleymations here again with another Oxleymations presentation. Now, for this particular video, I'm going to be doing something involving food. If it wasn't evidenced by the title right down here, or the fact that this has been cataloged underneath the playlist known as Fun Size, where I do bite-sized reviews of foodstuffs. At least they should be bite-sized, but usually they're at least 10 minutes, if not longer. Anyway. So recently, there has been a collaboration between a brand of cookie and a brand of chocolate confectionery. For those of you who don't know what happened, Oreos got together with Reese's in a collaboration that I think is kind of neat. And also, I think with the Oreo cookies that they did, it was almost unnecessary because Oreos already had a peanut butter filled Oreo cookie, but this is a different kind of peanut butter. So before I say anything else, I'm just going to show you what I'm going to be taking a taste of today. Behold, we have the Reese's Oreo cups. Now, I only have the mini ones because these are the only ones they had at my local Walmart. And then I have a box of the Oreo Reese's cookies. This is why I was saying that it's technically unnecessary, because Oreo just within like the last couple of months, I think it was, brought out the peanut butter Oreos with the peanut butter cream. And there's a little bit of a story here with these that I'm just going to go ahead and start blathering on about because I feel like it. So several weeks ago, I learned about the Reese's Oreo collab, and I got real excited about it. And so I went to, like I said, our local Walmart and tried to track them down. I found these suckers. We had gone through basically the entire store, had done our shopping, and we're just kind of looking around trying to find them. At the front of the store, there was the display for these. You know, the big cardboard thing filled with Oreos. But not these Oreos. They had some of the Halloween Oreos. They had a bunch of like the double stuff, mega stuff, regular Oreo thins. But not a single bleeping box of these was in that display. So I was like, okay, maybe they just sold out of them. Because we had a similar thing back during the Beetlejuice movie, where it was the Keebler fudge stripe cookies, where it was like a black cookie with white icing stripes on it. They had the display for them, but they didn't have the cookies. And it was either they sold out real quick, or I just was unlucky and they never restocked the week that we would go shopping. So I never got to try those. Not that that's a real big, failure or anything, because it's literally just the fudge stripe cookie, only it's a chocolate cookie with, I'm assuming, white chocolate striping on it. So I was feeling a little bit burned about that. Also about the fact that there's another Keebler fudge stripe cookie that's coming out for spooky season, where it's the regular cookie with orange icing on it, or orange chocolate, or whatever. And I think we saw the display for that, but again, not the cookies. So, as I was saying initially, we found these several weeks ago while we were shopping. I was kind of happy about it. The fact that they're the mini cups, I was kind of nonplussed about. But, whatever. They were there. And each time we would go back to that same Walmart, they would not have them. And I think at this point, they don't even have that display for the cookies out front anymore. They kind of moved that somewhere else, or they got rid of it and replaced it with the big bins of pumpkins. So I had basically just kind of given up hope on it. I really still kind of wanted to try and find the Reese's Oreo, or the Oreo Reese's cookies. But I was like, whatever. If I don't find them, I don't find them, and I'll just not do the video, or I'll just do a video about these. And while doing that video, I'll just complain about the fact that I couldn't find the cookies. Lo and behold, yesterday, we went to a different Walmart than we usually go to because my sister was hanging out with one of our friends. She took them around to do a couple of things, and while they were at that Walmart, they happened to find a flavor of Fanta that I had been looking for. They had the Chucky Punch Fanta at this particular Walmart, but not the one we usually go to. That one had it in the bottles, but not in the cans like this. The one that the Walmart we usually go to has the. Let me grab one of the cans. Oh, and I hadn't finished it yet. Okay. Has the pineapple Fanta featuring Michael Myers specifically from Halloween 2. It also has the orange soda featuring Freddy Fazbear, but it didn't have the big boxes of Chucky Punch, like I said, at the bottles. And I still can't find the strawberry Fanta with the guy from Black Mirror on them. Got a little bit sidetracked there, but whatever. So we went to that particular Walmart because this Fanta was there, and also we needed to pick up a few other things anyway. So it was kind of a win-win. So while we're at that store, the same friend that she was hanging out with happened to call her and ask what we were up to, and we said we were actually in the area, stopped by a local Walmart, just looking at stuff, trying to pick up those sodas and whatever. And they're like, oh, cool. All right, so by any chance, would y'all be willing to do me a favor? Long story short, they needed some shaker cheese for pasta, like Parmesan, Regano Romano Parmesan shaker cheese. So we agreed to go and do that for them. And we had the option of either going back to this Walmart, because at this Walmart where we found the Chucky Punch, I was also looking for these, but frustratingly, they didn't have them either. But I'm pretty sure they still had a few bags of those. So after that nonsense, we go over and pick up our friend after we already purchased our groceries and stuff. And we had the option of, like I said, going to that Walmart or making a trip to the Dollar General that was just down the street from where they live. Basically, I decided to just take her over to the Dollar General. Obviously, that's where that bag came from. And while we were there, my friend found the shaker cheese they were looking for. And while we were walking around the store, I just happened to lay eyes upon this box. Because I was expecting the usual Reese's packaging, where it's like, not Reese's, Oreo packaging, where it's like a plastic tray with a plastic wrapper around it. But I saw this box on the shelf and I was like, yoink. Grabbed it, just walked around the rest of the store with that. And obviously we bought it. Yada, yada, yada. You don't care about the rest of the story, I'm sure. Because we're about 9 minutes in now, give or take. And I haven't gotten to tasting these silly things yet because I've just been blathering on about all the things that have been frustrating me lately. And also, having a nice time hanging out with our friend at the store. So anyway, fast forwarding to now, I've got the items in question. These have literally been sitting on the dining room table since I got them. These have been here for the last couple of days. So I'm going to finally try this stuff because I've been wanting to. And then the usual, it's good, it's not good kind of thing that I do. And also, as an added bonus, I'm going to be trying the Chucky Punch, which will be actually the second time I've tried it. The first time was during a live stream, and I'm not sure how many people viewing this right now have seen that. So, yeah, here we go. I'm going to start off with the Reese's with Oreo pieces in the middle. But before that, the usual Datos de Nutrition, aka the nutrition facts, which go as follows. This contains about 8 servings, and the serving size is 4 pieces, and the amount of, or 34 grams. And the amount of calories per your 4-piece 34-gram serving is 170. And let's see, total sugars is only 18 grams. which includes 16 added grams, which is 32% of the whole product. And nothing else really jumping out at me about that. Oh, one thing I wanted to say is I like how the packaging has the usual Reese's orange on this side, and then it's like they used a Reese's cup to cut out this big blue circle to advertise the actual product inside. I think that's neat. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up there, and I'm gonna crack this thing open, and I'm gonna finally try one. So here we have the little packaging, because like I said, these are just little mini cups. Smells nice and chocolatey, and I believe I catch whiff of the distinct peanut butter aroma. Yep, I would say that I do. And as I was expecting, because I'm pretty sure it shows it on the packaging, yep, it's got a white chocolate top, which I'm assuming is going to taste like cookies and cream. So there's the wrapper, which has Oreo in brown on the bottom. And then the Reese's Cup logo right there, just polka dotted all over it. Now I open up the little Reese's Cup wrapper. And there you go. Give you all a nice little look at it. And now I'm going to take my first bite. It's pretty good. You can kind of see right here by my middle finger where there's actual little tiny pieces of Oreo in it. Like little Oreo cookie crumbs. That's not bad. Also, it's a little warm in here, so the thing was literally melting to my fingers while I was doing that. We're off to a good start. The only thing that I'm not 100% keen on is the white chocolate they use on top. Never been a huge fan of white chocolate. It just doesn't quite taste right. Now, as a palate cleanser, I'm going to crack into the Chucky's Punch Fanta. So, mind your eardrums, everyone. Alright, come on. There we go. And there's what the cans look like, which do not actually match the advertising online. Because from what I've seen online, I'll use the box as the demonstrative piece because it's got the same artwork and because it's a lot easier to get on camera. Online, the pictures don't show Chucky's scars and stuff like they do right here. This is like a cross between Child's Play 2 and Bride of Chucky in terms of character model. Alright, so put that down. I'll grab the can again. Now, when it comes to the can of this stuff, let's see here. It contains no juice. Nutrition facts, status de nutrition, are as follows. Serving size is 1 can, duh. And the calories per your 1 can, 12 fluid ounce, 355 milliliter serving are 160. And let's see, 50 milligrams of sodium for 2% of the total beverage. And the total sugars is 42 grams for a grand total of 84% of this beverage. 84% of Chucky Punch is sugar. I mean, I understand it because, fruit punch usually is really sweet. Now, let's take a look at the side. Let's see, not a significant source of saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, fiber, vitamin D, calcium, iron, and potas. Potas. Potassium. Don't mind me, folks. It's been a long day. Now, let's take a look at the side here. It has carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, less than 2% of citric acid, natural flavors, caramel color, sodium benzoate to protect taste, sodium citrate, and, if it wasn't obvious because this is a fruit punch, it contains Red 40. Red 40, for those who don't know, is kind of like, for whatever reason, Joker venom. When it hits my system in large doses, I just cannot get myself to stop laughing when I have too much Red 40. So I'm going to be taking my time with this. All right, so the can has been cracked open. Let's get our first whiff. Yeah. It actually smells kind of like a fruit gusher. Either a fruit gusher or a fruit roll-up. Which would make sense because, 84, was it? Yeah, 84% sugar. I should have grabbed a clear cup for this so I could show off just how red the stuff is. But regardless, to your health, everyone. It tastes like fruit punch. Don't mind those weird burping sounds. My sister is just off camera. She just had a rather sizable snack. Mm-hmm. I think I was starting to say it probably would have tasted better if I would have had it before I had the Reese's Oreos. Or sorry, the Oreo Reese's. The Oreo Reese's. But overall, it's not bad, but I'm sure it's bad for me. Because like I said, the only color... Well, no, it says caramel color, I think. Yeah, caramel color. The only two colors in this are Red 40 and caramel color. So, excuse me. I'm going to just set this off to the side on this table over here. And now, I'm going to try the Oreo Reese's, which is actually the Reese's Oreo cup. Oh. Okay, so it comes in this big cardboard box, which on this side has nice embossed lettering, and the Oreo cookie itself is nicely embossed. You can probably just about make it out right there when I shine the light on it. Oh, even Reese's is embossed over here a little bit. And on the back, it's about as flat as a pancake. But outside of the box is like that, but inside is a container that I was expecting. Like I said initially, the plastic tray with the plastic thing on top contains peanut, wheat, soy, this unit not labeled for retail sale. Okay, so they're not supposed to sell this. They're supposed to sell this inside of this. That kind of makes sense to me, but it's also kind of stupid. I was about to be stupid myself. I was about to just tear this open from the side. But I just noticed it's got one of those peel back strips on the top, so I'm going to do that instead. There's Jessica's hand.
Sorry, folks.
No need to be sorry. Now we peel this open, and we reveal the Reese's peanut butter filled Oreos within. They do smell nice.
BRB.
Okay. They do smell very nice. Give you all a better, closer look at it. And with that, I'm going to take my first bite of this. So, to your health, everyone. That's a pretty good cookie. If I had any complaints, it would be that the Reese's peanut butter filling has just enough moisture in it that it made the cookie a little bit more, what's the word? It's got a little less crunch than you would think it would have. Which, don't get me wrong, it's still nice and crunchy. But it's like the Reese's peanut butter filling absorbed into that and hydrated it a bit. It's not quite a stale texture, but it's, like I said initially, definitely not that crunch that I was expecting at first. But honestly, I think it's good. So for my opinion on this, I think that, let me use the box for this. I think that if you were going to try and go out and get yourself the Reese's Oreo collab, I would go with the Oreo half of it more than the Reese's, unless you're a fan of white chocolate, in which case go for those, feel free. But as I said initially, the white chocolate kind of throws me off, so I definitely recommend the Oreo with the Reese's cream in the middle over the Reese's with the white chocolate top and the Oreo candy bits or Oreo cookie bits in the peanut butter. And I also do kind of recommend, if you're a fan of fruit punch flavored sodas, I do recommend the Chucky Punch. Just be forewarned that it's got a lot of red 40 and a lot of sugar in it. On that note, I'm going to wrap this up here by saying a big thank you to each and every single one of you out there watching presently. I do truly and greatly appreciate it. If you like what you've seen here today, y'all know the drill. Feel free to like, comment, and share my content with your friends if you think they'd like it. But with all of that out of the way, this is your old pal Oxleymations saying, viewers beware, and subscribe if you dare.